Good day and welcome to another edition of Ruggers. At Ruggers we generally discuss, focus on schoolboy rugby and specifically focus largely on the top school teams and the senior teams and specifically the first teams, and we rarely actually look at the rest of the schoolboys that also pitch up every Saturday to play rugby. Not always on the A fields, not always at the most opportune times. And mostly with very few spectators, and I affectionately refer to them as the dirt trackers of the schoolboy rugby. And the boys that pitch up every Saturday still play, and they're there for the love of the game, and they're also committed to the game just as much as the senior or the first team boys. So we decided to have a talk to or a chat today to two of those so-called dirt tracker boys. We have today here Jean-Luc de Toy from Affis, and his friend Jan Wessels from Pretoria Boys Eye. Good day and welcome. Today, tell us if you can tell us a bit more. With what team did you play for Affis this year? And they're both in grade 12, I must add, their final school year.
I played for the 8th team, and I quickly moved up through the ranks, in quickly 17th, and then, well, I was promoted to 6th team, but it didn't happen because of COVID. But yeah, I'm a dirt tracker, but yeah, I played 8th team this year.
Okay, Jan, yourself?
Yeah, I made the 6th team, but yeah, we basically just trained. So.
Okay, when did you start training for this year's season?
Well, in terms of fitness, I started training last year, but in terms of pre-season and actual teamwork, in the beginning of the year, basically. It immediately started with the water polo season, and I just had to balance my time between the two sports.
Okay, you mentioned water polo as well, so what team did you play for water polo this year?
I played first team for Affis.
Okay, so and was there a clash between the water polo training and the rugby training?
Definitely.
Okay, why was it?
Well, it was just the water polo season was confusing because we weren't allowed to play any official matches between any other schools. We only played 2 or 3 friendly matches against Boys High, which is our neighbouring school. But it was just nothing was planned, nothing was determined. We would always ask our manager, are we going to play this team? Are we going to participate in this tournament? And it was just nothing was confirmed, nothing was denied as well. So
was this because of COVID?
Yes. And it was just confusing, and we just did fitness and teamwork for the water polo as well, and yeah.
Did you find that the water polo training helped your rugby fitness?
Quite a bit. It definitely did in terms of fitness, but in terms of strength, I think it's just different muscle groups, and it's just the rugby muscle groups training those are just different from swimming and water polo.
Okay, Jan, yourself?
Yeah, my school made us do like a winter sport pre-season, I'd say. Like every week on Monday we did rugby training, like fitness, not contact or anything, and then throughout the week we played polo, but also because we weren't allowed to have any contact sport for most of it, so we just basically did polo drills for weeks and weeks. And they were waiting for the government to allow us to play again. So they try to, from the beginning of the year, incorporate rugby fitness a bit. And I know the first teams sometimes train on Saturdays and stuff, but also just fitness because we weren't allowed to have any contact sport. And then they were planning for winter season for the polo because they were waiting for the government, but it never came through really. Like at the end we were allowed for a bit, but not anything hectic. And then when rugby started, they just switched it. So it was like on Mondays they made us train polo and then rugby throughout the week, but also it was contact for a bit, and they were preparing for the rugby to start, and then COVID happened.
How much rugby did you play last year?
Well, last year I played 1 game, and this year I played 1.5 matches. So in the general, I played 2.5 matches for these past 2 years.
Okay, why were the matches stopped?
It was just cancelled. The season was cancelled, halted, or pushed back, and just forever, and just never really came to a point where we could comfortably play schoolboy rugby.
Okay, Jan, yourself?
No, I haven't played a game since the Afish Boza game in grade 10, so 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So the fact that you didn't play rugby last year, how did you feel about playing rugby this year, and that also being your final year of rugby, schoolboy rugby?
I was just planning to give it my all, just make the most of every moment, especially playing against rival schools such as Grey, Boys High, Waterkloof, just making the most of it, making the best memories, and just getting along with the grade 11s as well, because they're next year they're the matrics, and just teaching them qualities and values that they should be for next year's matrics as well.
And Jan, yourself?
No, I was really excited. Like, it's a final year. I don't think I'm gonna play again, so I was very excited. I even last year on Black Friday, I even bought myself a new pair of Doxa boots. And I was excited, and sadly never came.
Yeah. So you say you don't want to play next year after school? Oh, it's unlikely.
No, I don't think so. I might, but I don't know. I don't know what's
because
it's
of
a long way.
because of the uncertainty of COVID, or just because you're moving on towards other things.
I don't know. I'm studying at tax next year, so I don't know what my time looks like then. It's still a long way.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And yourself?
Well, if I might have played more rugby this year, my interest for the future, playing club or participating in club at least, might have been there. But so far, just with studying, focusing on studies, and the only things that you're allowed to do in terms of training is going to the gym or doing cardio in your own time. Well, it's just focusing on myself, and so just keep myself busy there.
So you feel maybe if we're going to have COVID again next year, the same circumstances, it's going to be difficult for you too?
It's just, obviously because of COVID, the interest isn't there anymore. But I wouldn't say COVID is the reason that I'll not be participating next year.
Okay.
So,
this year now, you were able to play this year? Matches this year?
Yes, we played against Sierra Swart and Keys.
Okay. And yourself, Jan?
No, they cancelled our game less than 24 hours before. I think it was either Keys or JP, I can't remember now. And they cancelled our game, sadly, because of COVID. Sports is ruled out from then, and we couldn't play.
We're now in July, and I think we're all hoping to see schoolboy rugby continue. How do the rest of the grade 12 boys feel? What's the general feeling? Do the guys still want to play?
Well, in Afi's definitely there's still a passion to play, and if the opportunity is going to be there, I think most boys will take it. Obviously the first team players and second team players who work the most and already have those positions in the team are the most disappointed, and I think they will be the most excited if the opportunity comes by. But that's it.
And in Boys High,
the Oaks want to play again. It was because we were supposed to play and everybody was excited, and then they called it off. Some of the Oaks didn't make the team they wanted. They wanted to prove themselves and then see I played seconds or something, but then they made the fourth team and they wanted to prove themselves and they wanted to get on the fields because they haven't been able to since 2019. So a lot of the Oaks want to and then with the COVID, we didn't have contact training anymore, and the Oaks just lost. Some of the Oaks just lost interest because they knew we're not going to play, and then sadly that happened. And,
Did you, were there of your grade 12 friends that actually played rugby this year where they didn't play rugby before or the previous years? Were there many?
Almost the whole grade.
But why do you?
Because it's matric. It's the last time you ever get the chance. So, like, why not? You're not gonna. Those Oaks aren't the Oaks who are gonna play after school. They want to make matric memories, like the tours and stuff. They wanted to go on the tours, the memories you make, and then
trying to make the most of their last year.
Okay. From the boys' eye side, what games, if you're not able to play for the remainder of this year, what games will you miss the most?
I'd say Maritzburg, Hilton, and then obviously the Office Derby, because we were supposed to tour to Maritzburg this year. Well, I think they would have most likely came to us because we didn't play last year, but we were supposed to tour to both of them this year because they were supposed to come last year. And I just remember the memories in 2019 on the Maritzburg tour and the Hilton tour, just how fun it was. It's like team building basically. The war cries we did at night, stuff like that. And then obviously the office games, like I'm friends with John Luke, and we played in 2019 against each other. Maybe it happened this year. So stuff like that. I mean, I got injured in that game, so I wanted to play a whole game against them again. So
okay.
Stuff like that.
All right. And from your side?
Well, obviously, Office against Grays are our biggest match for the whole season, and I really wanted to do that. And Office versus Parelgem, well, that's just a personal preference for me. But and obviously Office against Pretoria Boys. Those are the three main matches I really wanted to play. Actually, if I had the choice, I'd play every match, but if I had to say, it has to be those three schools.
And it doesn't matter which team you'll play in?
Yeah.
Any team?
Any team.
Any team. Yes. Unfortunately, the rest of the season remains a question mark. But what I can say from my side is just to the two boys here and the rest of the rugby schoolboy fraternity out there, keep up the hope, keep up going. Specifically the boys that are there for the passion and the commitment. We commend you from Ruggers, and let's hold thumbs for the rest of the remainder of the season. Thank you very much, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.